guys, I am back. I have got this wonderful custom journal. This one's for Kelly. Isn't it pretty? And this is a different size. Kelly requested a 5x7. So this is 7¼ inches tall and 5¼ inches wide. It's got a 2-inch spine, and this is faux leather with the ridges, right? And it has 8 signatures, and there's about 200 pages. There's a grungy green sari seam binding, and then there's a little lock and key hanging off of the end of that. Make sure I'm in frame. Kelly, I'm throwing in a little tidbit of this Tim Holtz fabric that I put on the carpet tape. I thought maybe you would have some fun with that, so I'm going to throw a little piece of that in your box. And at the end of this video, you guys, I'm going to show just a couple of quick things that are in the shop. I think some of you have seen before, but I just thought it would be fun to show them. So let's get in here. So Kelly and I decided that we were going to call this her Grungy Botanical Eclectic Journal. Yeah, because it's full. It is a chunky full journal. Try and get just a, there we go. Get that in frame. All right, so this is inside the front cover. Oh, look at these. I got these fun new metal, can you guys see that? I mean, look, handmade plates that I'm gonna be putting in all my journals. Isn't that cool? Yeah, so that's in there. And then this is a little belly band here. And here's one of the little plates that you asked me for, and I just printed these on some onion skin. I thought that was fun. And then this little file folder flips open, and there's a ledger page in there. And then on this side, I've just clipped on one of these journaling tags. And then there is a double pocket inside the cover. And I've put in one of my handmade postcards. And then here's my 2 leftover butterfly plates. So tuck those in there. So that just closes up like that. And there's a doily and some very vintage trim that I have. This is just a embossed tag that I've inked up a little bit. And just a whole bunch of all the yummy goodness that you asked me for, Kelly. I put in a chunk of piano roll paper here for you to play with. And this is an Edith Holden page. And some ledger. This is some really nice resume paper that I've tea stained. I'm gonna save this for last. You're gonna have to wait. And there's lots of sewing. This is some Tim Holtz wallpaper. Here's another Edith Holden page. There's a little Western Union page. And this is just another one of those plates clipped on. This is parchment paper. Some more sewing. The other side of that, scrapbook paper and doily. Some more of that trim sewn on there. This is the Tomy River paper. This stuff is the softest, can't do my words today, softest. And look, when I printed on it, it came through the other side. There's a link to this paper down below in the description box if you guys want to check that out. There's some more parchment paper. And this is just a tea-stained page that I've embossed. Tucked in that tuck spot. And some more Edith Holden. In the middle of this signature is a double pocket. This is a little record of work done slip. And I got this printable from the old design shop, and I just made a little notebook quick with some parchment paper in it. It's just stapled along the edge. So there's that. The other side of the Edith Holden. some more sewing. I love this image. Some more sewing there. Here's a piece of vintage ledger, and I did reinforce it with some washi. And this is the painter's masking paper, the brown, that I put some mushrooms on. Here's a lesson in cursive. And in this middle signature, there's a little charm here. There's a gypsy bell and a little flower hanging off of that. And here's the other side of that page. And there's just some ledger tucked in that little tuck spot. And I printed on here. I love the way that came out. And more digital stamping and some little bits of vintage lace and trim. Another Edith Holden page. A little branch with some sewing. There's another one of the plates with the butterfly tuck. That's the other side of that. So this side, it's a music page with some sewing, and then I printed on the other side of the music page. And here's some of the green masking paper. I printed a key on that one. I love how you can see through that. I just dig that. There's some script. There's some onion skin that I printed on. I believe this is out of an Audubon book. There's a double page spread in here. More onion skin. Some more. There's a little piece of fabric sewn on there. The other side of that green. I took one of the seed packets and I ran it through my embossing machine. I thought that was fun. Some tea stain there. There's some more vintage lace and all the tails. And you know you can cut them off if you don't want that many. Here's a little glassine envelope with a playing card, that mini playing card, and a little vocabulary card tucked in there. There's another page of the green masking paper. Edith Holden. Some more sewing. This page is out of an old ledger I have. Some more script. This is one of those new vintage ledger pages that Julie has in the old design shop. This one's postage. I just am in love with the handwriting in this. Here's a tea stain ledger page. And some sewing on the edge of that one. That's the other side of that green page. Digital stamping. And then on this ledger page, I printed on the other side of it. Some more sewing. This is a page from Alice in Wonderland. I love this. I tried to get everything you asked tucked in this chunky little guy. There's a little flip out there. There's some more of the plate on the masking paper. Boy, I can't remember what this paper is called. It's like it almost looks handmade, but it's a little bit shiny also. I'll have to look it up and put it down in the description. So I put a genealogy tree. So we got a tree and a genealogy tree in the center of that one. I thought that was fun. And there's a little tuck there. And here's a piece out of one of my vintage books with a little tab on it. And some more script. And there's another little Alice in Wonderland image for you. Some more of the vintage crocheted lace. There's a fern on the masking paper. There's some sewing here. And then it's a little flip on that side. A page out of a botanical book. There's a vintage rent receipt tucked in this pocket. And some more vintage ledger with some digital stamping on it. On the other side of the ledger, there's another onion skin page there. A rose and some more stamping. And then in the back, I put one of my collage tags. There's a book plate. And then this envelope, that's a tuck there. And then this whole thing is a tuck right here. So, oh, and now we gotta get to this guy. So, this is a book page that I folded into thirds and made a little tuck with. And this is all clipped together with one of these cool skeleton clips. Pretty sure I have the link to these down below also. So you open this up. See how it's got the numbers on it? I love that. You open this up, and the whole thing is a tuck. And there's, I just took an old part of a green file folder and some Tim Holtz wallpaper and just made a little tea stain notepad out of it. And then this is just a